The Rangers got their biggest series of the year coming up. It's Rangers versus Mariners. The series is pretty massive. It's a 4-game series starting on Friday, going through Monday. And it means a lot because the Rangers have not played well out the break. They're 2-4 so far out the break. And they are currently a half game up on the Mariners, but basically tied. And if they play really badly in the series, they are in danger of getting swept, and things can go from bad to worse, and they could be out of the playoff race. So this does mean a lot. This series means a lot for sure. For me, getting into the one of the biggest things that the Rangers have to do in this series, and one is the starting pitching has to step up and be better. Now, for the Rangers to for the Rangers to succeed more, the Rangers starters have to be better in general, but it is amplified in this series because we all know that the Mariners starting pitchers absolutely dominate the Rangers. I'm going to read the stats of every Mariners pitcher against the Rangers in this series. Starting with Bryce Miller on Friday, who actually has a 7 ERA against the Rangers in 5 starts, but most of that is carried from 2023. Brian Wu has a 3.88 ERA in 9 starts, which again is that high ERA. The higher ERA is carried from 2023. Logan Gilbert's got a 2.93 ERA in 18 starts. And then George Kirby's insane, has a 1.33 ERA in 12 starts. So these Mariners pitchers have been dominating the Rangers for so long, and that emphasizes even more that the Rangers need to get better from all these starters. On Friday, they got Mackenzie Gore, who he just can't have that blow-up inning. The Rangers are not going to be able to bail him out if one of these starters has that blow-up inning. And he needs to, stop having that blow-up inning and just pitch well every inning. Evaldi has to have a bounce back. DeGrom has to have a bounce back. Kumar Rocker continue what he did against the White Sox. But the fact is, if the Rangers don't get good starting pitching, they're not going to win any of these games.
Yeah. It's I know the starting pitching is definitely a thing you're worried about, but I know the Mariners pitchers are really good against the Rangers, but they have looked better against them in general this year. Even in that series they lost in T-Mobile, they did work George Kirby out of the game very early, and they looked awful against Luis Castillo, but they won both starts against Logan Gilbert, which is nice to see. Duran kills Kirby, so he's gonna kind of have to carry on that day. But the approach is a lot better than what we've seen in the past couple of years, and if they keep that approach, they will get some runs across, and hopefully you can expect at least 2 or 3 runs off these Mariners starters. Especially George, like Kirby. He's going to throw you that fastball. Just stay on it and drive it the other way. Let's not try to pull it for a homer. Let's just stay short to the ball. And then, starters got to be better. Just especially, this is not a very hot Mariners team right now. This should not, they're not scorching hot like they normally are in the second half. So you could take advantage here.
Yeah, that's true. But it doesn't matter. The Mariners have, been struggling when they face the Rangers, and then they face the Rangers and they get hot. The Mariners have just had so much success against the Rangers in the past years that it doesn't matter how they're playing coming into it. But the Rangers starters have to be better. Gore, Evaldi, and DeGrom need to be the pitchers that we know they can be. And if they pitch like how they did in their last starts, the series is done. And especially as the wild card kind of is starting to pull away from the Rangers. The Red Sox have gotten super hot, and they're 52-49. So the wild card is starting to pull away from the Rangers, and they need to. I think from this series, you'd be happy with the split, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I think you'd be happy with the split. I think you're looking for games 1 and 3 to win. Mainly because Game 2 is on Fox, which I don't think has even been stated how bad the Rangers are on Fox. Maybe it's because in 2023 they did all of their winning on Fox, and then it's like, okay, now you're never going to get to win on Fox again. This team has been just so bad on Fox since the start of 2024. It's crazy. So, yeah, I'm very scared for that game just because they're playing on Fox. And then, obviously, Sunday they're facing George Kirby. You got to find a way to win 2 of these games, in my opinion. If you lose 3 out of 4, it's not the worst thing in the world, right? Is it? Yeah, you'd be a half game behind them if they lost.
Yeah. And you'd have the season series it'd be tied. Season series would be tied.
Would it be tied? Yeah, it would. 5-5?
5-5, yeah.
Yeah, but you'd ideally want to split the series. I think if you split the series, I'd be pretty satisfied. Just given the amount of, like, how good the Mariners have been against the Rangers in the past.
Yeah. I mean, and when you think about it, man, like half the time the reason the Mariners make the playoffs is because they just shit on the Rangers.
Yeah, that is very fair.
So, like, you need to do it back. And then, like, part of the reason that they're so bad against the Mariners, like, the main thing is, like, when they play the Mariners, they have the worst situational hitting I have ever seen. Their situational hitting sucks against the Mariners.
Yeah, for sure. Their starting pitching isn't usually the problem against the Rangers. Jack Leiter actually has a lot of problems against the Mariners.
Yeah.
But
so does DeGrom.
Yeah, he does as well. But if you, like I said again, like this is the biggest thing. The starting pitching has to keep them in the game. Because the starting pitching has not been doing that. Let me try to find. Okay, so they haven't played the Mariners since April. They played 2 series against them in April. Oh yeah,
Swept
they
them at
swept.
home.
Yeah, they swept them at home when the Mariners' offense was just so dead.
Yeah.
Like the Rangers pretty much got handed these wins. Yeah, like the Mariners' offense was just so dead. Yeah, DeGrom went 5 innings, 1 run allowed. And then, yeah, DeGrom went 5 innings, 1 run allowed. Oh, sorry, let me. Sorry, I'm getting a little lost. Okay, going back to the. So the first game, the Rangers won 2-1. DeGrom allowed 1 run in 5 innings. They faced Logan Gilbert and went 6 innings, gave up 2 runs. What were the 2 runs on? It was a Corey Seager single and a Jake Berger double. So, who got hits? Two hit 6 hits allowed on Logan Gilbert. We're kind of hyper analyzing this because it's a very big series. You got Wyatt Langford had a double, Corey Seager had a single, Josh Young had a single.
It's a very different lineup than what you had back then. Like, this offense is different. The lineup is different. You got guys who weren't even in the lineup back then. Nicky Lopez, Osuna, Diaz. Like, this is a completely different lineup to where you can't even look at those previous games and be like, okay, like, this has got to be the plan. Because, like, you got to, you know, you got to, like, Kirby threw, I remember Kirby threw a complete game in the sweep at home. And they lost. So
yeah, that was crazy. But again, their struggles with situational hitting is still a bad thing, and that's the biggest thing against the Mariners.
They've gotten guys in the lineup now who have the situational hitting that you like. You know, like Osuna and Lopez, just an example. Yeah. You never had those guys. The bottom of the lineup was so weak when they faced the Mariners last time.
That's fair, but the situational hitting is still the problem with the offense.
Yeah, but like it's been better.
It is better, but also the pitching is worst.
The pitching's been worse. Yeah, that's the main thing. The pitching's more of a concern than the offense, in my opinion.
Yeah. I'm just hyper analyzing all these games. So yeah, the second game was the one where they faced Kirby and got 3 runs. I think Higashioka hit a homer off Kirby, right?
Yeah.
And then the final game they won 3-0. Yeah, this series I don't even take into account because the Mariners' offense was just so dead. Mackenzie Gore with 5 shutout innings. The second series was in Seattle. They won the first game 5-0. This series they struggled mightily with runners in scoring position. They got 2 runs on Gilbert. A really good start from DeGrom went 4 innings, and then the bullpen really helped them out in that first game. Second game they lost 3-7. Yeah, the offense really didn't have anything, and Evaldi actually struggled against the Mariners. And then last game they lost 2-5. Yeah, Gore wasn't good, and then Brian Moon diced him up. So yeah, I'm very interested to see what we get from this series. I think it can go either way. Or no, I'm less optimistic because of how bad the starting pitching is, to be honest. But I hope that we're on Tuesday. We're still a half game up on the Mariners, and they've split the series. I really do hope that, because if they don't, then things could really get bad.
Yeah, I mean, I I feel like they have seen the Mariners better this year. Dude, sweep at home, you never expect that against the Mariners from 24 and 25, so that's already a difference. And then part of the reason they made the playoffs in 23 was they beat up on the Mariners in 23. And they were crap against the Astros, but they beat up in the Mariners in 23. And that's literally, that's the difference between making the playoffs pretty much. It's it's between the Rangers and the Mariners, and it's whichever team beats up whichever team. And then that team makes the playoffs. It's like 90% of the time.
Yeah. The Astros are back in it, by the way. They swept the Marlins, I think. They're 2 games back.
Yeah.
So they're now in it as well. Yeah, I hope after these 4 games we're not, completely depressed, basically. But it's the biggest series of the year. Everyone's got to show up. My last point is with the offense. I think Ozuna's got to be in the lineup.
No,
but I don't think he is, right? I don't think he is.
He's not going to be, but he should be, man. You can't afford any unprofessional at-bats against the Rangers. You have to put your best guy out there.
Yeah. It's just interesting because Ozuna's so good with runners in scoring position that you'd love him in this lineup. Him and Lopez at the bottom of the lineup you just love. But I think Schumacher's going to put Carter in, which kind of sucks.
That's dude, he's so clutch, man. And that's your problem against the Mariners is you don't have situational hitting. And this man is so clutch with situational hitting.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of all we got. You just hope the starting pitchers can keep the Rangers in the game. We're probably going to go live after the first game on Friday, so we'll see you then. Peace.